guys, here we go again with another of our Evolution Consulting info updates as they have come to be known. This one being recorded on the 20th of September. It's about 4:30, so market just closed. Kind of an interesting day. Once again, nice recovery for the metals ETFs. Last I checked, JNUG was in the green, I want to say. Not by much, but still another, kind of army crawling higher day. For the metals ETFs, but nonetheless, guys, I try to keep the type of videos that we're doing here to a minimum. This was kind of a dual purpose one. One, I think we've earned the right to do a little bit of gratuitous self-promotion, which again I do try to keep to a minimum. And it's also an opportunity for us to test out our snazzy new graphics we got down here. So there's that. But seriously, guys, the reason I wanted to do this is it is now the end of September, and we are coming up on the point. We've been very quiet on Twitter, by the way. There's a very good reason for that. Apart from us sitting around just like you guys waiting for the metals trades to just kind of happen, which I said it's not really, you don't have to say, to be patient when you know the outcome is inevitable. It's just a matter of understanding that, hey, you got to wait sometimes. All right, and it's been one of those instances where such is the case. But nonetheless, guys, as we come up on the beginning of October, we're actually in the process right now of compiling information for a brand new lineup of Grant Street Notes guides that we are getting ready to produce. By far and away, the most popular product that we have had thus far in 2016 has been our Grant Street Notes Metals Investing Guide. Apart from selling a whole ton of those, guys, we know for a fact, based upon feedback, that we've helped a bunch of people make a bunch of money with the Grant Street Note Guide. And even we have to kind of sometimes stop, go back, look at it, and go, wow, we recommended, what, at what price? And it was like, it's just really, it's a testament to just how, terrifyingly, in some cases, accurate the Evolution 4.0 system has proven. And again, guys, keep in mind, we've been running it on minimal resources, okay? As we've said, that is in the process of changing, literally as we speak. So that being said, guys, we have the 2017 lineup of Grant Street Notes coming up. For those of you that are not familiar with those products, those are our annual reports, and the reason we do them once a year, no, it is not purely a money-making thing, okay? We often talk about the speed of information as the ultimate variable in modern economics. The amount of information, guys, that we see in a year, from 2016 to 27 is night and day. It's ridiculous, okay? The amount of information that we've compiled for the 2017 guide it's like this. Okay, so we are going to put that in a fun and easy to read format, okay, where we touch on all the stuff that we need to, for our readers, such that you guys have yet again another understanding of why, we said it in 2016. 2016 is the year metal investors have been waiting for. Not surprising, gold and silver making all new highs. All right, and if 2016 was the year that metals investors were waiting for, 2017 is the year that metals investors just get to collectively high-five each other and just go, yeah, because that. Okay, so we're pretty excited about that, but again, we do these guides. There's no subscription required for them. We do them once a year, and that is just to keep current. I mean, the day and age of being able to say, well, hey, that, and because that's an investing trend for the next, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, economics has just become so dynamic. Okay, that to release one of those guides once a year. We even considered doing them every 6 months, but it's just we don't have the manpower at this point. We don't have the resources to do that. We don't have the time to do that. So, but here comes the lineup, guys. We got the 2017 Metals Investing Guide. Okay, then we have also the Petroleum Report. Now, if you guys are really observant, you'll notice that we did. It wasn't for lack of desire, but we did put up a bunch of the Petroleum Report and some other stuff there that we never produced and we never published for 2016. And again, that was not for lack of desire, guys. That was for lack of time on our part, okay? Which thankfully we are going to be having a hell of a lot more of soon as we start to kind of settle in. We obviously relocated. We got a bunch of other stuff going on, but we've been able to allocate, the kind of time that we need to be able to sit down and put these together. I mean, we don't just sit down and go, oh yeah, because that. The amount of effort we put into the 2016 guide is just ridiculous. Okay, I'm not gonna, oh, woe is me type of crap, but we put hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and days and months and in some cases years of informational research into that guide. Okay, and we do that on your guys' behalf. Okay, for the 10%ers that are out there. But we have, again, the metals guide. We have the petroleum reports coming up. We are going to do a 2017 petroleum report. Another one that we're pretty excited about is the chaos investing tactics. You see us often mention like Smith & Wesson and Ruger and stuff like that. And we put in a lot of the who, what, when, where, and why. We got a whole bunch of new ones that we haven't even put in Switch and Signal yet that are going to be going both in Switch and Signal as well as in the chaos investing guide. And that's really just a guide to making a buck off the inevitable evolution of society. Okay, and the chaos therein associated. All right, and then we have alternative investing. This is pretty neat. We're going to do a Grant Street Notes alternative investing guide, and that's for those that, all right, maybe equity markets aren't for you. Maybe debt securities, derivatives, or whatever. Not that we recommend derivatives, but maybe conventional investing really isn't your thing. Well, okay. We've been fortunate enough to make some contacts with some folks that are in alternative investing, and when I say alternative, I mean stuff you normally wouldn't think of, stuff that even made us go, really? Okay, cool. And then we did the research and we were like, oh, genius, So we got, that's part of our network of experts that we're very thankful to have. And, we kind of, there's some real estate plays in there, guys. There's some really interesting stuff in there. All right, and we're thankful that they shared the information with us that we were then able to kind of, filter and refine with the Evolution 4.0 system and produce an alternative investing guide. We almost didn't do it, and we were like, you know what, we just got too much information, let's just make it happen. And my personal favorite, this is from you guys, all right? This is from our readers and our subscribers, guys. We just get so many tweets and we just get so many emails asking us about different components of economics. Some of you guys are interested in precious metals. Some of you guys are interested in trading petroleum stuff. Some of you guys are interested in, the chaos plays. And there's just such a smorgasbord, as it were, okay, of interest as far as investing goes. We said, well, why don't we just produce an investing guide that kind of touches upon everything: petroleum, metals, the chaos investing plays, alternative investing. So we did, and we're calling it the State of Economics Report. Grant Street Notes 2017 State of Economics Report. It's really just a macro overview of economics for, usually, these Grant Street Notes, we deal with about a 2-year time horizon, 2 to 5 year time horizon, okay, but perpetually updating so that we're always positioned properly to capitalize on what's going on. So we're really excited about that. That may be the first one that we release, okay, and we do have a somewhat lofty goal in mind. All right, in addition to the Grant Street Notes, guys, we're going to do another round of audio podcasts. Those are only $10 a pop. They're an hour long. They're basically audio format versions of some of the Grant Street Notes reports. I can talk a lot faster than I can type. That's actually not true. I can probably type a lot faster than I can talk, but nonetheless, guys, we put, for those that would rather not sit there and read a 75-page report, we do put those in 1-hour audio podcast format. They're not as detailed, okay, as the print reports, but they do deal with the macro concepts. So we'll be another round of those. Those are going to be about $10 a pop. Once again, it's not a subscription thing. It's a one-time purchase and a direct download. And we also have the video podcast. Those are $30, okay? Those look and sound a whole hell of a lot like this with all the snazzy graphics and the on-screens and the lower thirds that we do and everything. So we're pretty excited to do those as well. And again, the video podcasts are just 2-hour video versions of a lot of the stuff that we talk about in the Grant Street Notes print guide. Once again, the Grant Street Note print guides are going to be the ones that are the most detailed. Okay, we put a hell of a lot of effort into those. Something else I'd like to bring up is for those of you that subscribe to Wirehouse, okay, we haven't decided if we're going to do this yet. Okay, but January 1st, we are giving an entirely new look and feel to Wirehouse. All right, right now we're doing 4, 3, 5 subjects, ultra deep level research. Okay, and I'm going to go by feedback on this. So if you guys have opinions, questions, comments, constructive feedback, seriously, let them rip. Okay, what we're thinking of doing is putting more topics, but with just as much detail, just not as much of an expansion upon each detail. Because again, those Wirehouse articles, guys, those take us a while to put together. That's a hell of a lot of research we do for those, okay? So what we're thinking of doing is instead of doing 4 or 5, 3, 4 or 5 really hyper deep level stuff, which is what Wirehouse is all about, maybe we're going to do a few more, a wider variety of topics, just not to the detail level. You tell us, okay? So that being said, of course, Switch and Signal, that's brand new, so we're going to be keeping Switch and Signal the way it is. And speaking of, folks that do subscribe to Switch and Signal, or if you're thinking about subscribing to Switch and Signal, a cool combination, and again, gratuitous self-promotion, I'll call it what it is. but from a consumer or from a purchaser perspective, the combination of the combination of Wirehouse and Switch and Signal is pretty cool. And the reason I say that is because you'll see the trades in Switch and Signal. Now, we only do one page per trade, really, in Switch and Signal, okay? And it's just buy this, here's why, end of story, have a nice day. And we've been pretty damn successful at doing so, okay? Yes, you got to wait for some of the trades to come to you, but hey, it is what it is. That's what I call it, trading. But what's really cool, though, is when you read some of the Wirehouse stuff we produce, and you can start to connect the social architecture level stuff. Okay, and that's what we're going for in the new format. If we're going to go from a purely social architecture perspective or a social engineering perspective in Wirehouse. Okay, when you can read a Wirehouse article and kind of see, oh wow, okay. And again, we've been proven frighteningly accurate with that stuff. And then you can kind of go to Switch and Signal and see the trades, and you can actually follow the logic as to the who, what, when, where, and why. If you guys are into economics and you're into the mechanics of economics and you're into how economics are evolving in this day and age, that's the way to do it. Okay, we include Switch and Signal with Wirehouse, so you get all four per month, same deal. Plus you get the copy of Wirehouse as well, and that is $99 a month. Okay, so that out of the way, guys, we are super excited for the Grand Street Notes guides to be coming out. And again, we go back just at our metals guide and we look and we just go, wow, so we're expecting at the very least, a year better than last. I mean, it's perpetual improvement here. Okay, we all sat down, we made the decision, said, hell, we're going to do this publicly still. And if we're going to do it, we're going to do it to excess, and we're going to certainly do it right. And we're going to try to do it better than anybody else that's out there. All right, so with that in mind, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. All right, keep an eye on the website. If you go to evolutionconsulting.world, as the graphic somewhere down here, I think. No, it's over here, somewhere down there. As the graphic will suggest, evolutionconsulting.world, and we actually have a tab marked publications. Okay, you can pull that down and you'll see all our different publications and podcasts, or you can use the navigation buttons that look kind of like a mobile phone on the home page. All right, you can see Switch and Signal, Wirehouse, etc., etc., etc. So we're super excited about that. Check it out, guys. We may do a discount pre-order, take a page out of the gaming industry. We may do a pre-order for the Grand Street Notes reports, 30-day pre-orders as we finish each one, or as we get close to finishing each one. We may offer that at a discount. I have no idea if we're going to do that yet, but if we do, please do capitalize. We usually do 25% off, okay, if you pre-order. So that being said, guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you want to email us, it's somewhere now. I know it's over there somewhere. info@evolutionconsulting.world. info@evolutionconsulting.world. Okay, and if you want to follow us on Twitter at Evo_consultants. At Evo_consultants. We've been very quiet on Twitter lately because we have been working on the Grand Street Notes and some of the other stuff that we do. And again, we put a hell of a lot of effort into this, guys. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. We're going to do it to excess, and we're going to do it better than anybody else that's out there. So that being said, guys, as always, thank you very much. Be good. Everything really is a transaction.